Shedler.
Heyo! And a good morning to you. And a happy new year to you. On this Tuesday, January 2nd. Thanks for joining me on today's Morning Wake Up, the first Morning Wake Up of 2024. Thanks for hanging out. And my name is Steve Shuttler, hanging out with you on this Tuesday morning. Let's get a look at our forecast for today, as we'll have partly sunny skies and a high around 38. Winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Southwest winds becoming west to northwest winds for this afternoon. Tonight will be mostly cloudy, a low of 25. Tomorrow will be partly sunny and 35. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, a low of 21. Sunshine, 33 on Thursday. On to Friday, mostly cloudy and a high of 38. Let's see here. Right now, current conditions from the National Weather Service. We have humidity at 90%. Wind speeds southwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Barometric pressure at 30.18 and currently 28 degrees here in southeast Iowa. That is a look at our forecast here on the Morning Wake Up. Hey, what do you think? What do you think of this new little setup I got going on down here? Oh, look at that. Let me get my finger. There we go. Look at that little rotating logo down there. That's kind of cool. And got the clock down here. It's hard to point at things because it's opposite of what you think. You got the little clock down there saying it's 7:03. We got the little ticker thing going across there with your forecast and other information coming up. So, a new look for the new year. Hopefully you're off to a fresh and new and exciting start in 2024. All right, let's see here. Coming up this week here on Steve Shuttler Media, let's bring her up here. We've got the young lady Madison Colbert, going to be our Iowa Music Showcase on Friday at Barnwired. Make sure you stop in or tune in here on Steve Shuttler Media for Madison Colbert. Now, I've never met Madison. I've heard some of her stuff online, but we're going to be getting to know Madison together. Madison coming to Sigourney, Iowa, Barnwired this Friday, 11:30 to noon for our Iowa Music Showcase. Again, you can always stop into Barnwired for the Iowa Music Showcase, see it happening live and in person, or you can just tune in here on Steve Shuttler Media on Facebook and YouTube. Madison Colbert, this week's Iowa Music Showcase. Also coming up later on this week, let's see here, we've got Keota Eagles basketball, as Keota will be getting back into action. They'll be taking on Colfax Mingo coming up on Friday. We'll have that girls-boys doubleheader for you here on Steve Shuttler Media, starting at 6 o'clock with the girls' games. So back in action with the Keota Eagles girls and boys basketball coming up this Friday. Hey, we are doing the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shuttler Media, and let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Oh. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And you. All right, birthdays for today. We've got former television evangelist Jimmy Baker turning 84 years old today. We've got actress Tia Carrere from Wayne's World, True Lies, 57 years old for Tia. Cuba Gooding Jr., a guy that has not seen a good movie script in quite a while, but he keeps doing the movies anyway. Cuba Gooding Jr. turning 56 years old today. Actor Taye Diggs is 53. Actor Dax Shepard, 49. Actress Kate Bosworth is 41. Those are your celebrity birthdays for today. On this date, January 2nd, it was on this date back in 1788, the state of Georgia became the country's fourth state. So happy birthday to the state of Georgia today, the fourth state of the United States. It was on this date back in 1921, church services were broadcast on the radio for the very first time. 1921. It was, this did not age well. On this date in 1939, Time magazine named Adolf Hitler their man of the year. What? You talking about man of the year? Adolf Hitler? Yeah, I think they regret that one. 1939 Time magazine man of the year. It was on this date, 1965, the New York Jets signed University of Alabama quarterback Joe Namath for a reported $400,000, which probably at the time seemed really expensive and ridiculous. But $400,000, I mean, that, I don't know, does that even pay for a football player's lunch anymore? I mean, they're making so much money in the NFL. Don't blame them. But $400,000 on this date for Joe Namath. Hey, today, we're into January. Let's flip over that calendar, the National Day calendar for today. Today is National Cream Puff Day. It's also National Buffet Day. I like a good buffet. It's National Personal Trainer Awareness Day. Does that mean that we have to be aware of personal trainers, or that the trainers have to be aware of themselves? I don't know. But I'm sure, this is the time of the year people are wanting to get back in shape. They're making those New Year's resolutions, and lots of personal trainers making some big bucks right now. It's also National Science Fiction Day. That's a good... I was just watching some Star Wars last night. I'm way behind on my Star Wars viewing. They have all of the series on the Disney Plus streaming app, and I've just fallen behind on Star Wars. Like, I got kind of Star Wars'd out over the years, but last night I started into the series Andor, so I'm one episode in on that, so maybe I'll continue that on Science Fiction Day today. Let's see here. Those were today's days. This week is New Year's Resolutions Week, so celebrate that. I'm sure a lot of you make New Year's resolutions. Do any of you in the comments make New Year's resolutions? By the way, good morning, Eloise, Amber, Sherry, Kurt, and Kathy. Thank you for tuning in this morning. If you're watching, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of the new setup. Again, I pointed out here at the beginning. Got a new little setup at the bottom here. I kind of like it. Got the little rotating Steve Shetler Media logo going on. We've got the time. We've got the information scrolling across the bottom there. So kind of a new setup, a new look to the screen here on Steve Shetler Media. New Year's Resolutions Week. So celebrate that if you want. What else we got going on? And this month, for some reason, January is Weddings Month. Just got a text on my phone from my buddy Michael saying Andor is really good. Thank you, Michael. I do remember you telling me that a long time ago. So now I'm finally getting around to it. So this month is Weddings Month. I don't make these things. I don't make the rules around here. But it's Weddings Month. You'd think that'd be like in June. But it's not. The average cost of an American wedding is $30,000. Wow. $30,000. I hope my daughter doesn't get married for a long, long time. Or else we're going to have to bump up the sponsorship costs here on Steve Shetler Media. $30,000. That's a $2,000 increase from last year's national average. So, things you need to know. Or maybe you don't need to know. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Colon cancer is on the rise among younger Americans. Experts aren't sure why, but something to know there, colon cancer. Kelly Clarkson says that she hates watching her performances on American Idol. She says, quote, "There's not enough wine in the world," evidently to make her go back and watch her old performances. That's Kelly Clarkson. Let's see here. A Florida woman from Frostproof, Florida, was arrested for animal cruelty and animal neglect charges after 164 birds, 142 cats, and 3 dogs were seized from her property by police. I mean, she makes our household look really normal with 3 dogs, a cat, and a parrot. She had 164 birds, 142 cats, and 3 dogs. Why only 3 dogs? I mean, if you're going to be a crazy animal person, crazy cat lady for sure, why not get a few more dogs? Yeah. Let's see here. Kansas City Chiefs. Their fans are looking for reasons why the team hasn't been winning, and they're getting desperate. Some blaming Taylor Swift, the T-Swizz, for her appearances at the game being distracting. Some fans are referring to her as Yoko Swifto. So Taylor Swift, is she to blame for the Chiefs' woes? I don't know. Up in Canada, check this out. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announcing plans to install taxpayer-funded free tampon dispensers. Not in the women's restrooms, but in Parliament buildings' men's bathrooms for trans staffers. As critics say, men will just bring them home to their female partners. No comment. Other news you need to know or not know, Patrick Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. It's not a tumor. Patrick Schwarzenegger engaged to model Abby Champion over the holidays. A Champion and a Schwarzenegger getting together. Check this out. Parents of a 3-year-old in North Carolina were woken up by their kid at 3 a.m. on Christmas morning. He was asking for scissors. When they went to investigate, they found that he had already opened every single present that they had under the tree. That kid was ready for Christmas. 3 a.m. and he had already opened everything up. Let's see here. An actor, forgive me if I mispronounce his name, Lee Sun-kyun, a popular South Korean actor best known for his role in the movie Parasite, found dead in a car in Seoul, South Korea last week after weeks of an intense police investigation into his alleged drug use. So sad news there. Let's see here. Good morning to you, Jackie and Melissa. Thanks for joining in the comments. Let's see here. Tyler Joseph, 21 Pilots, says he and his wife are expecting their 3rd child together. Congratulations to them. Sad news over the holidays is Tom Smothers, half of the Smothers Brothers, died last week at the age of 86 after his battle with cancer. A new report shows that Washington, D.C., Oregon, and Delaware have the greatest percentage of LGBTQ LMNOP residents. So Washington, D.C., Oregon, Delaware. Let's go to Colombia. A 21-foot tall bronze statue of Colombian singer Shakira has been unveiled in her hometown of Barranquilla. So way to go, Shakira, getting a statue. Actor Pierce Brosnan cited in Wyoming after allegedly walking in thermal areas of Yellowstone National Park. He has to appear at Yellowstone County Court on January 23rd. Wasn't he he was in that one volcano movie. It's been like 30 years ago, but it was a great movie. What was that called? Pierce Brosnan volcano movie. Do a Google on that and let me know in the comments. And the grandma gets off the boat and she steps into the lava and she's like rowing the kids to shore because she knows she's old and gonna die. That was good stuff. Volcano movie with Pierce Brosnan. What was the name of that one? Let's see here. That 70s show actor, Danny Masterson, he's been sent to North Kern State Prison in California, serving his sentence for 2 rape convictions. It'll be more than 25 years before he is eligible for parole. Lots of things you need to know today. World population grew by 75 million people over the past year. And on New Year's Day, we went into the excess of 8 billion people worldwide. So we continue to produce. Let's see here. Dante's Peak. That was the movie. Yes, you got that. Dante's Peak. Good flick with Pierce. Let's see here. Pete Davidson. He had to suddenly cancel a series of stand-up shows over the holidays, but is scheduled to resume them later this week in Connecticut. That was due to some unforeseen circumstances. Country singer Zac Brown. He and his wife of 4 months getting divorced. That didn't work out so well. 4 months of marriage for Zac Brown and his wife Kelly. And then finally today, Paula Abdul suing American Idol producer Nigel Lithgow, saying that he sexually assaulted her in a hotel elevator. Love in an elevator, evidently. Not love. It was not love because Paula didn't appreciate it. Let's see here. They traveled to shoot American Idol in the early 2000s. Paula Abdul suing that American Idol producer. You know what time it is? It's time for today's Impossible Question. Impossible question. How about this? 0% of baby boomers are willing to pay $80 for this. I don't know where they did their research on this. But again, today's impossible question, 0% of baby boomers are willing to pay $80 for this particular item. That item is a t-shirt. I think they're just making things up on that one. But I tell you what, if you go to a concert these days, $80 for a t-shirt is probably realistic. I mean, merchandise at concerts is ridiculous. All right, other stuff. Celebrities turning 50 years old in 2024. This will make me feel older. I'm 51, so I mean, this is right in my age bracket, my age range. Leonardo DiCaprio turning 50 years old. His girlfriends, though, remain 20. What's up with that? Other celebs turning 50 this year. Eva Mendes, Amy Adams, Seth Green, Jenna Fisher from The Office, Pam. Alanis Morissette, isn't that ironic? Don't you think? Steve-O, Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim. Tiffany Tyson. Is that how you say her name? Tyson? Tiffany? Saved by the Bell? Isn't that what she was in? Victoria Beckham, going to be 50 this year. 50 years old. I can't talk. So excited about this list. Melanie C. And Melanie B is going to be 40. Melanie A, 30 years old, I think. Ed Helms, also from The Office, turning 50 years old this year. Nelly, Hilary Swank, and Jimmy Fallon, all 50 years old today. Good morning to you, Nancy K. Sherry. Thanks for tuning in, hanging out this morning. By the way, if you're just tuning in, tell me what you think of the new little screen setup here. I changed things as we headed into the new year. Got my little rotating logo there in the corner. We got the clock down there underneath that. We've got the little scrolling information underneath. So yeah, look, it looks like a broadcasting from CNN. Steve Shetler. All right, what else we got here today? What else can I possibly entertain you with? Here's a waste of time on some stats. We've all heard some statistics. Love that word, statistics. Statistics. We've all heard the stats about how much of our lives are spent doing mundane, boring things. How about this? During your life, you apply deodorant to your armpits 3 days and 8 hours of your life. Now, at least those of you that use deodorant. The rest of you probably should spend a little bit more time. But again, applying deodorant, 3 days, 8 hours of your life spent putting on deodorant. Let's see here. Going to the bathroom, urinating. You spend 29 days and 5 hours urinating in your life. This is with a life expectancy of 74.3 years. Going number 2 in the bathroom, you go from about 30 days peeing to a little over 3 months pooping. You waste a little over 6 days of your life blowing your nose. How about picking your nose? I mean, that should be on this list. Eating at McDonald's, you spend about 6 days, 10 hours of your life. Opening junk mail, 8 months of your life opening junk mail? I sure hope not. And then waiting to see doctors. Your entire lifetime is spent waiting to see doctors. Actually, just 64 hours, which, boy, I actually think that's kind of low. Because you're usually in there, it seems like you're in a doctor's waiting room for at least an hour each time. So interesting thing there. Oh, by the way, I do want to tell you, right before I went on today, I did put up a poll. We're going to do some year-end country music award polls just for the fun of it on the Steve Shetler Media Facebook page, so you can get your votes in. What I put up just before I went on this morning was a poll for the mainstream country radio song of the year. I gave you not just 1, 2, 3, or 4 options. I gave you 20 options. So if you can't find a song that you like and vote for on that poll, then I don't know. I don't know what I can do for you. But get your votes in for the officially unofficial Steve Shetler Media Country Music Awards for 2023. Again, the mainstream country radio song of the year is what we're voting on right now for the next couple of days. When we get that poll wrapped up, we'll put up some more polls. We'll just poll you up till the polls run out. And by the way, as I mentioned on the Steve Shetler Media poll at the end of it, the winner of this poll receives a personalized hug from myself. So whether that's Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, Lainey Wilson, whoever it is, whoever wins, I will give them a hug for their efforts. Let's see here. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder today, police have accused a North Carolina pastor of attacking a McDonald's cook and trying to push him into a deep fryer. This is a pastor. Let's see here. Dwayne Waden, 57 years old. He is a pastor at the Elevated Life International Ministries, and he also works as a semi-truck driver. According to his Facebook page, he turned up at a fast food joint to assist his wife, LaToya, who is a manager in training at the branch at this McDonald's. Now, LaToya, 44 years old, had called her husband to help handle employees who she said were disrespecting her. And on entering the restaurant, police say Waden walked straight around the corner and launched an assault on a 34-year-old cook and tried to shove him into a deep fryer. Can I get an amen for that pastor? Interesting stuff there. Also, some dental news. This is interesting. A Minnesota woman has sued her dentist after receiving, and I don't know if his name was Crentist, the dentist. Regardless, she sued her dentist after receiving 4 root canals, 8 dental crowns, and 20 fillings in a single visit. That sounds like a lifetime of dental work, all in one visit. She says led to her disfigurement. Kathleen Wilson filed the lawsuit last week in Hennepin County District Court in Minnesota, accusing Dr. Kevin Moldrum of providing negligent treatment in July of 2020. An unsafe dosage of anesthesia, I would think so, and falsifying medical records to cover it up. Again, she's saying she had 4 root canals, 8 crowns, and 20 fillings in one dentist visit. Has her face quit drooping? That was nearly 4 years ago. That is crazy. In some good news today, let's see here. Which one of these should we go with? I don't know. I don't know if this is good. This could almost go into the Department of Duh. Let's see here. A Canadian woman was arrested for impaired driving after she had called the police for help after getting stuck in the snow. The vehicle was found after a search on an unnamed road. Again, this is in Canada. It was on Christmas Day, just after 2 a.m. Police received a call for help from a motorist who said she was unsure of her location, but her vehicle was stuck in the snow. Officers began searching and ended up finding her. She, the driver, was arrested and charged with operation while impaired, alcohol and drugs, failure or refusal to comply with demand, and having care or control of a vehicle or boat with cannabis readily available. So she got stuck in the snow. I'm just envisioning her like stuck in a snowdrift. She can't get out. She's obviously completely impaired, and she had to call the cops on herself. So that was in my good news section for today. Hi, hey Stella, what's up? My dog Stella trying to invade the studio. Shut the door on her. Let's go to some duh.
Duh. Duh. Duh. Duh.
Duh! In a moment of duh for today, the first one of 2024. I was reading this one earlier, and I actually was laughing out loud by myself here in the studio. A woman was upset when her sister's child damaged her 10-year-old son's newly gifted PlayStation by inserting a slice of ham into the disc compartment. The angered mother demanded her sister buy a new console, threatening not to have them over unless she replaced it. You know how the game systems work? The discs, the game discs, they're like CDs. They slide in and out. You just hit the open or close button. The kid put a piece of ham, a slice of ham, into the PlayStation. A debate on Reddit with some supporting the mom, emphasizing the need for supervision, while others argued that the sister should not be banned and that the console still works fine. The disagreement revolves around whether the sister should take responsibility for her child's actions and should replace the damaged console. I tell you what, I mean, PS5s, if that's what we're talking about, how expensive are they these days? I mean, at least $500, if not probably more. I would not be too happy if a kid inserted a slice of ham into the PS5. Again, let's take a quick look at our forecast for today. Partly sunny and a high of 38. Winds gusting up to about 20 miles per hour. Right now we have about, what do we got? 28 degrees here in southeast Iowa. That is a look at our morning wake up here on Steve Shuttler Media. And I thank you for tuning in. Again, let me know what you think of the new layout of the screen. Put that in the comments. Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate that. Neil, would you just look at it? Would you just look at it? Thank you, Neil, for your opinion. Kay, thank you. PJ, Happy New Year to you as well. Again, later on this week, we've got Madison Colbert. She is our Iowa Music Showcase. We've got Keota Eagle basketball against Colfax Mingo coming up on Friday evening. Saturday morning, the sports section coaches show from Brothers Market. So a lot to get to this week here on Steve Shuttler Media. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Coming up, we'll have our In Remembrance Of video. Also later on, the What's Happening video at noon. And then this evening, we should have our Be the Light Ministry video from Pastor Jackie Jarms. That'll do it for this morning. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.